Welcome back, Gaming with King family, to another F1 Manager 2022 video, and we're here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Sadly, all my free practice and all of my qualifying files disappeared. I don't know what happened, but that's what we got in qualified. That's what we got in free practice there. Let me see if I can see the results for each. All right, so and that was the results for free practice 2, free practice 3. And that was our qualifying results. So we got Lewis Hamilton starting P2, George Russell starting P4 from qualifying. All right, so if you did not check out our video on how to get the most out of free practice, there is a video on the channel that shows you guys exactly how we do. We go in detail to show you guys and explain exactly what you need to do to make the most out of your free practice. I think Lewis Hamilton is at 97, George Russell is at 91 for this race. And for qualifying, we also have a video out that we show you guys exactly how to send your drivers out so you don't get into traffic. All right, so we're now going to be getting a little extra here, so we could take that little extra position gain. So if Lewis Hamilton comes P1 and George Russell P3, we'll get some extra money here. Do we want to accept this for a loss of 43,000? Yeah, let's go. Or we could edit it. Nope, we cannot. Nope. Or we could go second for George Russell. Yeah, so we'll not take this one. I don't like that one at all. So we'll not take that one. All right, we don't know if Lewis is going to win or not, though he's starting from P2. Yeah, we'll take it. Lewis is definitely going to be winning this one. We'll take that. And George Russell P3. He's starting from P4, so he should be able to make up at least one position. All right, so with all that being said, remember to smash that like button, guys, if you haven't already done so. And let's get set up for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As for strategy, we're going to have some rain coming in. So we don't see any spot of heavy rain. We do see some 90 and 90 in the weather there. So that means intermediates would be a good choice here. As I doubt it will go up to about 4 meters of rain because we're not seeing that 100%. So we're going to run these softs for the start, and then we're going to go into pit for some intermediates, and we're going to go from there. All right.
It's a bit of a cloudy day.
I don't like, sometimes this happens to my controller. I don't know what's happening, man. Sometimes it starts before I want it to start. But anyways, we're starting for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Remember to smash the like button, guys. Come on, guys. Really appreciate those likes. Tap that like button on the video. And let's jump on into our Hungarian Grand Prix.
Will they be able to capitalize on it? Will their hard work pay off today? This is it.
All right, so the key to this Grand Prix race right now, Hamilton P2, Russell right behind P4. We're on soft. Let's see if we can get a nice start down the straight on Leclerc. Let's see if we can hold that inside line. Lewis, nope, he's not holding it. He swings in right behind. George Russell moving up and Carlos Sainz. Beautiful drive there from George to take that position. He has not taken it just yet. Still holding. Sainz got back in there and retook that position as Hamilton now slipstreaming behind Leclerc as he pulls away. Here comes Lewis. Here comes Russell on Sainz. All right, so what I was about to say is with the weather coming in about lap 15 or so, we're going to go for intermediates, and then those intermediates are going to bring us to about lap 40, and then we'll have to go back for soft. So it's going to be mostly on strategy here. Is intermediate the best option, though we're seeing that 90% of rain there? Is it going to be going up, and we see not two stints of 95% of rain? I'm definitely thinking wet tires instead of intermediates here. I'm definitely thinking wets instead of intermediates, just so when it goes up to that 95%, we have two 95% stint, and we have two 90% stint. So I'm definitely thinking it's going to go up to about 3.4 meters. That will make Lorraine the track completely wet. All right, Lewis is saying tires are getting hot. He's on the softs. Are those fresh softs? I would, yep, fresh softs, they are. Alright, and we could burn them for 20 laps on this current trajectory, but we only need them for like 15 laps. So though Lewis is saying that the tires are getting hot, you probably want to push these tires a little more and get some positions as he's now behind Leclerc, as Leclerc is trying to pull away. So let's push these tires. Let's go a little aggressive on our tires here as we go into lap 2, ending lap 2. So we want that DRS train. Nice Russell pulling away from Alonso. So the top 4 is going to be Sainz, Leclerc, Hamilton, and Russell as we pull away. Max Verstappen started the race somewhere in the back there. Where is he currently? There he is in P12. Alright, so we're going to keep a close eye on Verstappen in P12. Let's go overtake with both drivers here.
If we could have an overtake press.
So they get a good straight. Yep. Good push down the straight.
You can use DRS.
DRS available, but next time we come around for the straight, we'll get to use that DRS. But for now, we are within DRS of both Ferraris. So we're just going to stick with them for now and let our drivers drive until about lap 15. Alright, then we'll see what we can do from there. Alright. We're going to keep a close eye on Verstappen because he's in the lead of the Drivers' Championships. And if we could get like a 1-2 finish here with Mercedes or a 1-3, that would be nice. Alright. Keep that overtake press on both drivers as we are lining up to get back on the DRS straight. Hamilton pulling away from Sainz, doing a nice job here. Lewis Hamilton pulling away from Carlos Sainz, so Sainz will not have DRS. So both Mercedes will have DRS this turn, while both Ferraris will not have DRS. Here we go, about to hit that straightaway, so we should pick up these 2 positions, and then we'll keep that DRS press on. There we go, DRS on Hamilton, DRS on George Russell. Lewis Hamilton all the way down the inside with the fastest lap, and George Russell all the way around the inside there as well. All right, so let's see if we can keep that overtake press in and see if George Russell can go and catch up to Leclerc, and then he could get DRS off Leclerc as Hamilton tries to pull away from Leclerc and get out of DRS zone on Leclerc, so Russell can close down that gap on Leclerc here. Push Lewis, push, keep pushing Lewis. There we go. So Lewis now eking, barely getting out of DRS. He's back in within. So Lewis, come on, push Lewis, push Russell, gaining on Leclerc here as Lewis pulls away. So looking really good here for our drivers. So it's just a matter now off that rain. We want to send in one of our drivers right as the rain starts. Alright, so here comes George Russell now with DRS. And on Leclerc, he's also pulled away from Sainz, so Sainz will not have any DRS on him. It will only be him with DRS on Leclerc. Leclerc will not have DRS on Hamilton. Let's watch this overtake lap 4. Here we go. Russell closing down that gap. Will he get it done this lap? Closing down. All right, so he's not gonna get it this lap, so we're gonna cut back down to neutral, and we'll keep Lewis pushing here as Russell is within. Here comes George Russell. He's going for it. Let's give him that overtake press.
So you have overtake.
There we go. Beautiful drive there from George Russell. So why I put back the overtake press on him now, I want him to pull away from Leclerc and see if we can get Leclerc out of DRS on him. Then that will be super nice. Let's see what tires they're on. Leclerc's on medium, Sainz is on softs. All right, Russell not being able to pull too far away from Leclerc here. Leclerc sticking with him, and he's gonna rehab DRS on George. this lap. So it's going to be a DRS train battle between Leclerc and Russell. Let's cut him up to defend before he takes the corner. So he'll defend with his ERS as much as he possibly can into the corner, and then we'll go to harvest after the defense. There we go. So we could go to harvest here, so he saved
Charge the pack.
some of that ERS. And we want to also tell Russell to hold the car behind. So he should defend really good here. Put up a good defense to hold off Leclerc. Let's go defend. So he tries his best to hold up Leclerc and kind of slow him down a bit so Hamilton can pull away. Beautiful driving from George Russell here. Beautiful driving, holding up Leclerc as Hamilton now pulls away 3 seconds out. And we're gonna go to defend. So he defends against DRS down the main straight. Alright, we could tell Russell now to drive natural, as he has held up Leclerc beautifully there. But Carlos Sainz is closing down that gap for DRS, and we only want Leclerc to have DRS, and we will rehab DRS on him once he passes us here, so we're not too worried about that at all. Alright, let's cut down to neutral. And we have a nice little lead, 1.7 on Sainz.
Ferrari, advance
So
the
he
race
will not
position.
have DRS on us. 1.3 on him now. Alright, Leclerc is kind of pulling away, so we're gonna go overtake press.
Overtake.
Because we don't want Leclerc. Why is this thing keep coming up on my controller? We don't want Russell to drop out of DRS on Leclerc here. So we want Russell to be within DRS, so the next straight we could close down that gap on Leclerc and pull away from Sainz. Alright, Max Verstappen now up to P11. Let's take a quick look on the guys behind. Carlos Sainz, Perez down the road. So Perez has finally got around Alonso. So Alonso and Ocon down the road. Look at that, look at that. Is that Verstappen? Yes, it is. Let's see Verstappen. Who's low on battery? Lewis? Alright, so let's cut Lewis up to harvest, and we'll cut back Russell up to harvest. Verstappen in the DRS train there.
Charge the pack. Copy.
Go back up to Russell, who is right now on Leclerc as he charged. 2 seconds off of Sainz, which is beautiful. And we're almost in our wet stint. So I'm still thinking about intermediates or wets. I'm still thinking about it. And the thing is that I don't want the AI cars to pull the trigger before me and then catch me out. Alright, so I don't want that at all. I don't want to get caught out by letting one of them go into pit first to see what tires
So rain will come.
they're coming onto. Alright, so rain will come. Alright, but what tires? Is it going to be heavy rain or light rain? Alright, so 1 to 4 millimeters of rain. As you can see right there, it's intermediates, and 4 millimeter plus is wets. So what kind of rain do we expect to come here? Is it going to be heavy rain or light rain? That's what I want. Alright, so heavy rainfall in 1 minute. And it's going to be 9 minutes heavy rainfall. Alright, so apparently it's going to be heavy rain. So apparently we want to go to wets. Since it's going to be heavy rain, we want to go to wets. me see here. Forecast accuracy 70%. All right, so we're gonna go to wets. I think wets is gonna be it. Yep. All right, so we're gonna have 75% of moderate rain. Then we're gonna have 70% of light rain. And then that rain. So intermediates should do the trick here, guys. If we make the wrong decision, it's gonna cost us the race. But I'm still not seeing that 100%. So I definitely think the intermediates would be the right choice. That's all I'm thinking about right now. The right choice for the rain. All right, let's cut these up to neutral. As we see, Leclerc has pulled out a good amount on a big trunk on Hamilton while he harvests. All right, so while he was harvesting, we see Leclerc cutting out a big chunk out of his lead. He was like 3 seconds up, and now we see Leclerc 2.5 behind Hamilton. All right, so still to think on this rain. All right, still to think on this rain. So moderate rain 75% for 3 minutes, then light rain. So yeah, intermediates looks good. Intermediates looks really good here. Intermediates looks really good. All right, so we're gonna wait for that rain to start, and then you'll see the meter start to climb. And then we'll see if we want to pull one of our drivers in the pits nice and early to get on those intermediates before it reaches 1 millimeter. Or if it starts on to 1 millimeter, then we'll know that it's going to be some good showers, and we possibly, so we're going to let our drivers go around here. We're not going to go to pit just yet. We want to wait exactly for that rain to start so we can get a good idea. And since we're going to go to wets, let's put Hamilton on attack. So he pulls away. What kind of accident is that? Yellow flags.
The wall.
Car in the wall. Which car? Let's watch that.
Look at the replay. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
Kevin Magnussen. Ooh, he got a puncher. Oh, that one wasn't all that bad. Wasn't all that bad. He got a puncher.
The team are devastated.
Yeah.
They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Seems like he got a puncher. You guys need to change his tires. That's probably what happened. All right, so we'll let Lewis go aggressive, and we'll bring Russell up to attack as well. And we'll go overtake on Russell. All right, so here comes the rain. It's coming up really fast. So we wanna bring one of our drivers to pit here. All right, so we want to box.
Push hard, push hard.
And we're gonna box Russell for fresh inters first, and then do we want to stock is the question. Yeah, we're gonna stock, and let's go for fresh inters.
Yes,
we're gonna stock and go for those inters.
Box the end of this lap.
There you see the time, it's running up. So we're gonna stock. Yep, track is getting damp. We're gonna stock. If it comes back to wets, oh man, I only hope it doesn't come back to wet. It doesn't go up to like 4 millimeters. We're gonna stock here. Did Leclerc come into pit? Nope. Sainz is going to pit. Leclerc is going around for an extra lap. 2 millimeters now. Let's see pit crew work on Lewis here. There he goes, and there comes George Russell. All right, we want to see what tires did they go to pit for, and see if we make a good decision to go for inters. Let's see if we made a good decision to go for inters, or should we have gone for wets? Let's see. All right, inters is what we went for. Inters. Let's see what the rest of the track is running on. Inters. Russell on Sainz on inters. Yes, so we made a good decision there to go for inters, but it's now 3.3% of rain on the track. So is that gonna bring, if it goes up to 4%, it's gonna bring in wets. If it goes up to 4%, that's going to be wets. All right, that's going to be wets if it goes up to 4%.
This is good stuff.
Yep, looks like it's going to go up to 4. There it is.
It's
Completely
a race
wet.
position gained for Mercedes.
It's completely wet right now. 4%. Completely wet. Should we repit?
Okay,
Yeah, I think we should repit. I think we should repit. We're going to repit for wets. We're going to repit for wets because it's going up to 4%. Yeah, we're just going to repit here for wets. We're going to repit for wets. Wets was the correct option to go for. We're going to repit for wets.
So boxing.
Yeah, we're boxing again for wets. And we'll leave Sainz out on his inters. And Hamilton should get out in front of Leclerc on those wets. Yep. There we see 5 millimeters of rain. Wets was the better option there. But we went for inters instead. So we had to rebox. Clean exit. There we see Sainz coming back in the pit as well. So all those who went for inters have repitted. Leclerc pitted for wets. So anybody that did not pit for wets will have to come in now for wets. All right. All right. So P2, P1, P3 is our current position. All right. And we're going to switch back those wets down in about lap 50 when the track dries out. But man, I am upset that we didn't go for wets as I was contemplating it and thinking about going for wets. Leclerc went to inters. Leclerc went to inters. That's going to slow him down. So Russell is going to be gaining on Leclerc really fast. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Look how fast Russell is going to gain on Leclerc. All right, so he's 3 seconds off Leclerc now. And as you can see, he's just eking down. That time is just going down really fast as the track is completely wet. So those inters are not going to be good. He has to be on wets. All right, has to be on wets. There you see George Russell, and he's going to be getting by Leclerc pretty soon here as the track is now wet. All right, so it's slowing down. If it goes below 4 millimeters, then the inters will be good to hold. But if it's not below 4, those inters are no good. They're like softs or mediums. All right, so great job from Russell there, picking up that position, and he now has the opportunity to pull away. Let's cut him down to neutral. Lewis already on neutral, and he's just going to pull away as Sainz also is going to overtake Leclerc on his inters while he's on wets. All right, so here comes Carlos Sainz, and he's just going to go around. Leclerc is blocking him, doing a pretty good job at it too. Going down the straight, Leclerc holding that position, blocking Sainz, but he should pick up the position around those inters really fast here, as they're no good for these conditions as it's above 4 millimeters of rain. But Leclerc doing a really great job of holding up Sainz here, and that allows us to extend our lead. As you can see, Russell has now extended his lead way 5 seconds out in front of Carlos Sainz when he was like 3 seconds. As Sainz and Leclerc battle here, there goes those wets off Sainz. Here comes Valtteri Bottas. Is he on wets? Yes, he will be catching Leclerc on his inters. Those inters are just gonna get destroyed. All right, everybody, Alonso will be catching up to him as well. Let's see how much time. Yep, those inters are just gonna get destroyed compared to the wets. All right, so Bottas closing down that gap on Leclerc now, 2 seconds off him. Here he is right down the road. There he is right there. He's gonna catch up just because of those tires. Inters. We selected inters first, then the weather went way up, so we had to come back for those wets. All right, so the track is kind of dry right now. It's drying out, but it's going to be another rain stint after this dryness. So after this dryness, there we see now Leclerc going into pit for those wets to take off those inters. And we see Perez going to pit to take off his inters as well. All right. Verstappen, what was he on? Should have been on wets, I believe. Yep. So he should be picking up some position on those wets, with those wets. All right. So wrong move from Leclerc and Team Ferrari there to come up to those inters after they saw it went up to 4%. As you can see, it's now going to be going below 4%, 4 millimeters, I should say, of rain. But though it's going to be going below 4 millimeters of rain, more rain is coming. See, that 100% rain was not on the map. It was not there. We saw 295% and 290%. Where did that 100% came from? I don't know. But it's going to be bringing up the weather. The rain is going to be going back up in a few laps. All right. So we'll just stick with our drivers here. For the sake of the video, we're going to speed through some of these wet laps. As we're definitely out here in that 1-2 position. And we're looking good. George Russell, ERS used up. Sainz now 5 seconds behind Russell, so he's gaining on Russell. But that's all right. So we're gonna speed it up a little bit here through some of these wet laps. All right, 2 minutes to more rain, as the rain is now down to 2.5 millimeters. So right now the inters would have been doing really well here compared to the wets, but it's gonna be heavy rain in a few more laps. All right, so let's speed it up a bit. All right, we're at lap 21. We had some heavy rain there that brought back the weather up to 3.59 millimeters. It's still not yet at 4 millimeters, where the wet tires are at their complete optimization at 4 millimeters. Below 4 millimeters, they're not necessarily at full optimization, as the inters would have been faster at that rate. All right. So there we go. We see the weather going up now, 3.86 millimeters, as our drivers continue to bang in these laps. Let's speed it up a bit. All right, track is now wet. 4.11, and it's climbing. All right, millimeters, and we'll keep that going. All right, here we go, lap 24. Let's watch that rain. So we have up to about lap 40 is where the rain is going to be. Up to about lap 45 is where the rain is going to start to drop off. And then we have clear skies for the remainder of the race. So at that point, we're going to be switching tires to like some mediums to go to the end. Or if we want to go for some softs, we could go to softs and go to the end from there. All right, so for now, what I want to do is go a little aggressive on these wets and see if we can pick up some time on signs. So Hamilton, let me see, leader. So Hamilton 14 seconds out. We want Hamilton to be at least 22 seconds or 20 seconds out in front of Sainz by the time he should go to pit, so he get a free pit stop and come back out in P1. All right, but Sainz will have to go to pit as well, so he's now 2.9 seconds behind George Russell. So we're gonna speed it up for a few more laps, and we'll see what we could do when it's time to go to pit. Guys, we're now up to lap 30, and we see Max Verstappen has also overtook Sergio Perez. He has gotten up to Perez and got by Perez, and he's way ahead of Perez right now. But Alonso is way ahead of Verstappen, so I don't see Verstappen getting any better than P7. The only way we'll see a close down right now is if somebody crash and there's a safety car, and I hope that there's no crash and no safety car in this race at this point, because we're way out in a good 1-2 lead, and we had the better strategy, and our drivers performed excellently to get us this position. So we will not like to see a safety car deployed right now. A virtual safety car will be fine, but not a safety car. Let's speed it back up. All right,
Accident.
lap 35, accident, yellow flag. Let's see.
Yellow flags.
Let's wait and see that
Let's
accident.
take a closer
Perez.
look.
What
So
happened to
let's look at this.
Perez?
There's Sergio Perez.
Oh,
That crash is terrible news for the team.
man, look at that front wing flicking. Hopefully it's not a safety car, but a virtual safety would do good. All right, so no safety car. Perez is back on track. I think he's going to be going into pit. There he is, going into pit right there. Let's look at his front wing. See if we can see that front wing damage. Yep, there you see half of his front wing is gone as he goes to pit. How come they did not change the front wing though? Aren't they supposed to be changing the front wing? Did they just release him without changing the front wing? Or did he change the front wing but they just didn't show that? Oh yes, they did replace the front wing. There it is. But they just didn't show it. Alright. Signs right on us. Leclerc right now on Valtteri Bottas to retake that position from Bottas. Looking good there. Alright, so we're going to speed it back up to about lap 40 and then we'll be back for the sake of the video. Alright, there we go. Lewis now saying the tires are getting a little bit warm. We're on lap 39. Tires are getting a little bit warm. There you see them are in high temperatures, but we couldn't care less. As long as we don't crash, yeah, as long as we don't crash, we're good. We're good. As you can see, the rain is kind of now dying down. So we're gonna just let it die down, and we're gonna wait for our engineer to tell us that's it for the rain, and then we're gonna watch the wetness of the track as it dries down, and then we're gonna try to go to pit right when it hits like below 1 millimeters of rain on the track. That's when we want to go to pit for some mediums to go to the end on those. All right, so let's speed it up until we get that message. There is the message that we're waiting for. Rain is clear, so we will not see any more rain for the remainder of the race. So at this point we want to go to pit, but we will have to wait and see how fast. Is it going to be sunny in a few laps? We want to see how fast the track is going to dry out. There you can see it's barely drying out. It's not drying out as fast, so we can go for a good amount of laps on these wet tires until the track dries out. Let's speed it up ×2 for a bit here, and we have a good lead to make a good pit stop on Sainz. So Hamilton should come back out into P1 when he goes to pit. We're just waiting to see if it's going to get sunny, and then it's going to start drying the track out really fast. All right, so we're at 2 millimeters now as we go around for this lap, and we want it to be so we could burn these tires, but we don't want to burn them because we don't want to crash, or we don't want our drivers to spin out or skid off the track. All right, so let's go around here, guys, and we'll see when we hit the next lap if we need to go to pit in this lap, or we'll go to pit in the next lap. Let's see. 1.8, 1.7, so still a little wet. It's damp, as they would say, so intermediates would be really good in these conditions. All right, so we could go around for another lap, and we'll wait for it to go down to that 1 mark. Once we see it goes down to 1 millimeters, then we're going to be going to pit for those mediums. All right, cloudy. It's going down a little faster here in cloudy. We're not seeing any wets just yet, any dry or any sun just yet. We're still 1.5, so we possibly can do another lap on these wets before we go to pit on them. Yeah, we possibly can do another lap before we go to pit on these wets. Yeah, we can. So we're gonna do another lap, and then we're gonna box Lewis for mediums. Let's keep a close eye on these wets though before we go to box Lewis here. Want to keep a close eye on them. All right. You still want to see that timer. Will it be below 1 or can we go for that extra lap? That's what I'm looking at. There it is. It's going to be below 1 for the next lap. So yep, we want to go to box here and we're going to go for fresh mediums. And those mediums should take us to the finish. So box for mediums. And we're going to box George Russell as well for mediums. And those mediums should take us to the finish. All right, here comes Lewis Hamilton in for his pit stop. And the timer is now at 1. It's going to go below that 1 millimeter now. Yes, so there we go. So our medium should have good grip. Good grip here. We should see everybody coming into pits here, or unless they're going to go around for another lap. But here comes George Russell. How far out is Sainz and Leclerc? They're right around the corner. Let's see if Russell can beat them out to the exit. Nope, he's not going to beat them to the exit, but he's going to be out. They're going to be out on the track in wet tires while he's going to be out on mediums. So once the track dries out, he's going to get out in front of them. Let's see. All right, so he got out right behind Leclerc there. 6 seconds behind Leclerc, but that's all right. As we see the track drying out. Hamilton, George Russell, as we see the track drying out. That's all right. And who's that? We see Verstappen pulling the trigger nice and early.
So Verstappen in the pits will come ahead 5 seconds.
Gasly doing good as well. Verstappen pulled the trigger early. Wait, let me bring this back here. And we have good tire deg to go to the finish. All right. All right, looking good, looking good. 60%. 60%. We're looking good. We can increase on these tires because the track is a little damp.
Yep.
As you can see, Russell has caught up as Sainz now go into pit to change, and we're basically right on him. Basically right on him with George. So George will take back that position, and then he's gonna close down that gap on Leclerc. All right. And DRS should be enabled soon. All right, so Leclerc 15 seconds in front of George Russell.
So Valtteri is now pitted.
All right, Bottas now in the pit, so everybody is going to pit. Leclerc did not pit it just yet. He's still on those wets, and he's 15 seconds out, but we should catch up really quick to Leclerc. Let's see what tires did Sainz put on. Softs, hards. Why would Sainz go to hard tires? Bottas went to softs, Alonso softs, Verstappen softs, Gasly softs. Why would Sainz go to softs? I don't know, but anyways, that's none of my business. That's none of my business. All right, so the track is 25 millimeters off rain. So we should see Leclerc dropping off to George Russell, who should be right on him. Lewis Hamilton doing the fastest lap. Now Leclerc is in pit, and Russell should get that position from him for back to P2. And we have a 10 seconds lead on Sainz. And how much seconds lead are we going to have on Leclerc? We're going to have a pretty good lead on Leclerc here. As the track completely dries out. So anybody who has not switched from wets, all right, everybody has switched. And we see Leclerc coming out on softs. All right, so how much time? Yep, 8 seconds is where Leclerc is behind us. 9 seconds now. as our tires are nice and at operational temperature and running in really beautiful here and looking good on our tire deck to the finish. And that's gonna be another 1-2 race for us here, man. Another 1-2 race. Great strategy from our team to bring home this one. Another 1-2 for Team Mercedes. And that should put Lewis Hamilton in the lead of the Constructors Drivers Championships. And that should give Mercedes a nice boost in the Constructors Championships. All right, so we're gonna speed it up in the sake of time. All right, George Russell getting the fastest lap, putting in the work. Beautiful driving there. Still 9 seconds in front of Leclerc. I'm still waiting for them to re-enable DRS, but let's speed it back up. All right, so we just saw yellow. Sainz is the one this time around, as he look at that lockup, and then he stopped. Whenever you stop on a track like that, you're gonna lose a good amount of time, man. You're gonna lose a good amount of time. So he lost 4 seconds to Leclerc for that lockup. Top 56, and as you can see, we're still way out in the lead. Leclerc now 7 seconds behind George Russell, so he's gaining really good. Got the fastest lap there. He's gaining on Russell here. Hopefully George can hold him off to the finish line though, and get his P2. All right, so we're gonna speed it back up to about lap 60, and then we'll see what's going on from there.
Let's take a look at the replay.
All right, so we had a lockup from Perez off the track again. Ooh, putting in. I was hoping that he would put some block there on Leclerc, but that didn't work out. Anyways, let's keep going. I think that's the second time now Perez going off the track there. Let's speed it up. All right, here we go.
Fastest lap.
Lap 60. Lewis Hamilton getting the fastest lap. Leclerc now 5 seconds off George Russell. So we're gonna have to pay some close attention to Russell here, as Leclerc has 10 laps to go. We have 10 laps to go, and Leclerc is almost on him. 5 seconds off is where he's at. So we're gonna have to let Russell do some pushing here, and see if we can keep that distance on him, so Leclerc does not catch up and take P2 from him. All right, so let's speed it up a little more for the sake of the video. And we see George Russell flying there with DRS, which is now enabled on that back marker to pull back that distance up to like 5 seconds on Leclerc. And we're gonna allow Russell to now. I don't want to push him too aggressively. We're gonna put him push on fuel.
Reduce, lift and cause.
I don't want to push him on tires because I don't want him to get a bit too aggressive and then lose out in terms of a spin out, or a run off the track. So we're gonna let him push on fuel, and we'll speed it up to about lap 65, and then we'll come right back.
So you got fastest.
All right, Russell there getting the fastest lap because we're pushing him on that fuel. Beautiful drive there. Leclerc still 5.6 off him, and we'll speed it up to lap 65. 65, we have to cut back George Russell down to balance, as he has used up all of his extra fuel that we used to push him there. And as you can see, he has created back a nice little distance on Leclerc. 7.7 seconds now off is Leclerc, so he should be good for the remaining 5 laps for his second place finish for his 1-2 there. All right, just 5 laps to go. Let's go. We saw a lockup here. Who is that? Alonso? No, that wasn't Alonso. Who was that? Albon. He just got a slight little runoff. They're nothing too major. And here comes George Russell now to get DRS down this straight. There we go. Off that back marker. Really nice drive from our drivers here. Our strategy paid off big for us here. So yeah, really deserve 1-2. Good deserve 1-2 here. All right, and we're gonna speed up to the last lap. All right, so here we go for the final lap. Let's go deploy on ERS for Hamilton for his final lap, and we'll let him push. Here we go. Final lap for Lewis Hamilton. Let's watch these sectors and see. He got purple sector there on his last lap. Let's see if he can go green on sector 1 and go for that fastest lap. George Russell does not have enough ERS to push him, so we're just going to let him continue to drive at the pace that he's going. Alright, so Hamilton went yellow, so that's not going to be good enough for the fastest lap. Pushing to the finish line. And here comes George Russell. Nice purple sector 2 there. Looking beautiful. Can he get the fastest lap here? He should be within DRS to go across the line. No, he was not. He was not, but he got purple. And he got the fastest lap there. There we go.
Awesome race, mate.
Great race from Lewis Hamilton there. Let's watch George Russell. Let's watch Lewis celebration going across the line. He did not get DRS there, but he got a beautiful exit with his ERS to fly. So he's going to be in the lead of the Constructors' Championships right now with that win. As Verstappen, where did Verstappen finish to? Alright, Verstappen finished in P6. And Leclerc and Sainz P3 and P4. So we outperformed the Red Bulls. We outperformed the Ferraris, but the Ferraris outperformed the Red Bulls. And the Red Bulls were leading the Constructors' Championships. So that's going to close and tighten that gap for an even bigger showdown. Great race from us here. Our strategy paid off for us today. And we did really well. And yeah, definitely a great race. All right, let's speed it up to the celebration. All right, here we go. Lewis Hamilton. I'm still saying that they should add like a feature where you also see the other drivers celebrating their because you're only seeing Lewis's car here, and it should be 3 cars.
A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it.
Nice celebration. They could also add like a feature where you could like purchase like separate actions, like create some form of point system in the game, and then you could use those point systems to buy like different reactions to your podium finish. So you know, if you finish with Lewis Hamilton in podium 1, he could do a different reaction from that one that he takes the picture. That would be a nice add to the game as well.
Drivers with the biggest haul of points, and of course the silverware to boot. This was a good weekend for Mercedes.
Great race, man. Great race.
Results to match.
And we could like purchase like or pick who reactions and stuff.
At the end of the weekend,
you know,
it's second place in the constructor standings for them.
All right, so we've moved up to second place.
Another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps.
All right, so next race is going to be Spa for the Belgium Grand Prix. Really, really good. All right, so there we go. Lewis Hamilton P1. I really don't like when Lewis Hamilton wins, but it's all right. We'll take it. So there we go, taking the lead now from Max Verstappen off the driver championships, as Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz is like right behind Verstappen as well, tied on points. As for constructors, Ferrari takes the lead And Mercedes right behind Red Bull kind of dropped the ball in that race there, so they're now down to P3. So Ferrari now in charge, and we're almost there, getting onto them. All right. Remember to smash that like button, guys, if you haven't already smashed that like button. Use code EXPERIENCE down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys, especially you guys who watch the full videos, man. Really appreciate you guys for all your support. All right, so there we go. Or rookie driver getting an extra development point that we'll be using on him. And that's basically it for this one. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Did you enjoy the video? Let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. You guys walk good. 2.7 million for Lewis Hamilton, so we only get 2.1 for our payout there, as Hamilton takes like half of what we've earned because of his bonus clause. All right, man. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Walk good. Bye.